and we are here at the start of the Hills to Henley half. It's such a beautiful morning, clear skies, frosty temperatures. Oh, it's so beautiful. Just on a little warm up now. I'd also like to find a loo before I begin. But yeah, feeling really good about this today. The birds are chirping and there's loads of runners out this morning, so yeah, got a good feeling about this. But we're here to enjoy it. I'm not here to get any specific time today, just about taking in the sights and being grateful.
Go Scott! What's that?
And we're done, we made it. Got the medal here to prove it, and oh boy, that was fun. I came in around 1:22, so yeah, really happy with that. Absolutely no knee pain from the runner's knee, so oh, I couldn't have asked for more. That was fantastic. And yeah, just hanging out at the finish now, and it's a great turnout. Today there was a 5k, 10k, half and 30k run, I think, so yeah, really cool turnout. Great to see so many people out doing it. It's still early in the morning, it's still 9:30, so yeah, it's amazing to see so many people out. And now I'm running back down the same stairs. It didn't make sense, did it? Anyway, it is now the next day. It is Monday, and I'm on my second run of the day. Can you believe that? It's the day after the race that I'm doing 2 runs. Boy, oh boy, these legs are learning. No, seriously, my legs feel so good today. I don't know what I've done different this time around, but everything feels good. And yeah, just taking it nice and easy. Nothing too crazy out here, but I am loving this city. My goodness, we stayed in Adelaide after the race last night, and wow, I'm just here by the River Torrens. This is the course that I ran on yesterday for the Hills to Henley half, and oh my goodness, it's no sore for the eyes. It is so incredibly beautiful down here. Not to mention I'm here at sunset this evening, so oh, looks so good. But I ran 5k this morning, just a nice bit of active recovery along the River Torrens, and just relived all the good memories from yesterday's race, which yeah, I brought you guys along to recap all the good stuff that happened yesterday. I'm so pleased with how it went. I said it before the race that it wasn't about the time, it was just an opportunity for me to find gratitude, to run with others, and yeah, just to enjoy the half marathon distance. And oh boy, it was a good fun. Even before I started the race, a chap next to me on the line, he struck up a conversation, and we were talking about pacing and strategy, etc. And I'd done no research at all on the course, so it was quite nice to be warned of some of the hills that were coming. Yeah, it was a lot of hills. It was so interesting. We started off in the Adelaide Hills and ran down to Henley Beach, so by nature I knew that the course was going to be downhill, but the way the trails are, well, I guess the way the trails navigate, it's just undulating. It didn't feel downhill at all, which was so interesting. But the whole thing was on path and really well signposted, apart from a few dodgy, I guess, sections where you could go 3 ways, and sort of like 2 were shown to be the wrong ways, but it wasn't quite obvious which 2 ways were the wrong way. I did hear that a few people unfortunately got lost, went off piste, but hopefully they made it back on track. But yeah, it was a really good event, really well organized, and yeah, so from the start I started off on the start line, started off at the gun, just so I felt hopeful if my knee held up, that I'd sort of finish quite well in the race. So I started off on the front and held on to the front group for about the first 200 meters, and they were off, absolutely flying. First place I believe was about 1:14, second 1:16, really good pace. But yeah, so I instead was averaging hoping to average about 3:45. So I dropped back after those first 200 meters or so and joined a pack of 3, and we sort of shared the work for the first sort of 4 or 5k. It was really good fun. The course, as you can see ahead of me now, sort of has lots of curves, lots of bends, and sort of with these kinds of races that take curvy paths, I'm always looking for like the straightest route. So I was really trying to be mindful of the route that I was taking. And the guys that were with me, I think, were sort of following my steps, so it was quite nice to share not only the work but also sort of the best line through the path. And yeah, after about 5 or 6k I was able to break away from the group of 3, so in many ways it was nice. I sort of felt like I'd been slingshotted off and then ran my own race, but also being out there alone was a bit tricky because again I wasn't really sure of some of the directions. They probably were clear, but you know, when you're putting in quite a solid pace, a bit dehydrated, it can be quite tricky to like work out things on the fly. But yeah, really from 5k until the end I ran on my own, which was just so quite strange because I didn't plan that. It was a race of about 250 people, and to run a whole half marathon pretty much alone, it's really strange. But yeah, it was undulating, twisty, turny, just beautiful. The River Torrens I'm running on now is just, it's incredible. So much wildlife, and bizarrely to me anyway, there was loads of signs telling me to be aware of the snakes, and the bird song, the whole event was just incredible. So yeah, I certainly wasn't bored at any points. One thing that, I guess one downside of the whole experience was my, continued inability to pick up any water from aid stations. I just really need to practice it, because yesterday I tried to grab about 5 cups of water, all of which I just absolutely just slapped, and then they flew away. So yeah, I feel quite bad about that. I need to practice it because I was quite dehydrated at the end, even though I had a gel at about 10k. But other than that, everything sort of went to plan. I had no knee issues. I was quite unsure if my runner's knee would show up. Unfortunately, it has been making a bit more of an appearance lately, just as I ramp up my mileage. I think a few of my weaknesses are showing their faces, but thankfully yesterday there was no issues, and again today I'm not having any issues, so really thankful for that. But yeah, to summarise, my first half marathon race ever, so much fun, really loved it. I came in 6th position. I came 2nd in my age group, which got me another medal, so I got 2 medals for finishing the race, which was awesome. But yeah, I came in at 1:22, so really happy with that. It's a few minutes off my PB, but that was on a flat track, so that's to be expected. But yeah, felt really fit, you know, averaging about 3:53 pace. My cadence was much better, about 1:77, so it's good to see that that's improving from my last marathon. But yeah, so incredibly happy with that, how that went. Oh well, as always guys, if you have any questions, please drop them down below, whether it's lifestyle related, running, or even to do with Australia. Just leave any questions down below. But as always, thanks so much for watching. Find gratitude, find peace. I'll see you soon.